beep, beep. Welcome to the court of the Edijester. I've got something interesting for you today. He says, coughing. It's not the cough that'll carry me off, it's the coffin that'll carry me off in. Right, okay. Become a warrior teacher, buy me a coffee. Do the usual. Come on, folks. Be a warrior teacher. Here we go. I thought this was interesting. So I've got this and the link's in the... Look at me here. Right, and the link's in the Dubris. Not the Dubris. Oh yeah, it's in the Dubris. Why am I getting this confused all the time? I've got mind fog. Equality, Diversity and Inclusion Policy Template from ACAS. Now, which is the conciliation service. ACAS, they've got a great reputation for fairness and impartiality. So I thought this was quite interesting. Now, somebody tipped me off about this. I can't remember who. If it was you that tipped me off about this, let me know. Because I can't remember. It's a little while ago because other things came in its place. This is more of a general sort of chit-chat here this morning. So, equality, diversity and inclusion. Policy template an employer can adapt for their organisation. Free to use. And then you can download this template. So let's go through this. It's quite interesting. And obviously ACAS will have consulted where necessary on the law. So I'll wait to see whether any of you can find any holes in what they're saying. You can also copy and paste the template text below into an email or document. If you need the template in a different format, you can email them and get it, right? Template. Insert your organisation's name. So let's put an organisation in there. It could be the BBC, could be anybody, the Bubba, could be anybody. The BBC is committed to encouraging equality, diversity and inclusion among our workforce and eliminating unlawful discrimination. No, you aren't. So we're going to stick with the BBC for this, right? No, they're not. Certainly not diversity of thought. They've been playing the positive discrimination game for a very long time. The aim is this is what they should be doing. The aim is for our workforce to be truly representative of all sections of society and our customers, and for each employee to feel respected and able to give their best. The organisation, in providing goods and or services and or facilities, is also committed against unlawful discrimination of customers or the public. So far, so good. This policy purpose is to provide equality, fairness and respect for all in our employment, whether part-time, temporary or full-time. Notice the words equality, not equity. It's rather good, this, isn't it? Number 2, not unlawfully discriminate because of the Equality Act 2000 protected characteristics of, and then it gives you the definitive list. Age. That's the biggest one, by the way. Disability. That's the second biggest one. Gender reassignment should be minute, far too much air. Marriage and civil partnership, pregnancy and maternity, race, including colour, nationality and ethnic or national origin, religion or belief, sex and sexual orientation. Now, the reason that they're in that order is because they're alphabetical. There's no hierarchy there. And we oppose and avoid all forms of unlawful discrimination. This includes in pay and benefits, terms and conditions of employment, dealing with grievances and discipline, dismissal, redundancy, leave for parents, requests for flexible working, and selection for employment, promotion, training, or other development opportunities. So far, so good. Okay? Our commitments, this is what the BBC should be saying, the organisation commits to encourage equality, diversity and inclusion in the workplace as they are good practice and make business sense. There's an argument that says they're not. But let's stick with it for the minute, because they haven't got the word equity in there. So they're EDI rather than DI. Equality, diversity and inclusion rather than diversity, inclusivity and equity. If you want to know what the difference is between those two, either look on my timeline, it's there somewhere, or come and join the Warrior Teachers. Right. Create a working environment free of bullying, harassment, victimisation and unlawful discrimination, promoting dignity and respect for all. Right, here we go. First stumbling block, despite the fact that the rest of it's very good. It should not say dignity and respect, it should say tolerance. Respect is a weasel word. And where individual differences in the contributions of all staff are recognised and valued, right? So everybody can contribute. This commitment includes training managers and all other employees about their rights and responsibilities under the Equality, Diversity and Inclusion Policy. Responsibilities include staff conducting themselves to help the organisation provide equal opportunities. Equality of opportunity, not equity. Equality of outcome, right? Equality of opportunities in employment and prevent bullying, harassment, victimisation and unlawful discrimination. So far, so good. All staff should understand they, as well as their employers, could be held liable for acts of bullying, harassment, victimisation and unlawful discrimination in the course of their employment against fellow employees, customers, suppliers and the public. So you can be personally liable for this. Number 3, take seriously complaints of bullying, harassment, victimisation and unlawful discrimination by fellow employees, customers, suppliers, visitors, the public and any others in the course of the organisation's work activities. Such acts will be dealt with as misconduct under the organisation's grievance or disciplinary procedures, and appropriate action will be taken. Particularly serious complaints could amount to gross misconduct and lead to dismissal without notice. So far, so good. SFSG. Further, sexual harassment may amount to both an employment rights matter and a criminal matter, such as in serious sexual assault allegations. In addition, harassment under the Protection from Harassment Act 1997, which is not limited to circumstances where harassment relates to a protected characteristics, is a criminal offence. Number 4, make opportunities for training, development and progress available to all staff who will be helped and encouraged to develop their full potential so their talents and resources can be fully utilised to maximise the efficiency of the organisation. Number 5, make decisions concerning staff based on merit. Meritocracy. There has to be a drag queen called Meritocracy. I bet there ain't. Meritocracy. And now, meritocracy, the best in the business. Oh, stop it. Based on merit, apart from any necessary and limited exemptions and exceptions allowed under the Equality Act, which should be for people with disability, but it's being used for everything. It's nonsense. It needs to go. The exceptions need to go. It needs to specifically say a disability as defined by, and then there needs to be the definition of disability according to the government, because there is one, right? Number 6, review employment practices and procedures where necessary to ensure fairness and also update them and the policy to take account of changes in the law, right? The law changes, doesn't it? Things, like Maya Forster's case came, you get the idea, the law changes. Monitor the makeup of the workforce, wait for it, here we go, regarding such information as age, sex, ethnic background, sexual orientation, religion or belief, and disability, in encouraging equality, diversity and inclusion, and in meeting the aims and commitments set out in the Equality and Diversity and Inclusion Policy. What's not there? They would like it up them from ACAS. Monitoring will also include assessing how the Equality, Diversity and Inclusion Plan, policy, and any supporting action plan are working in practice, reviewing them annually and considering and taking action to address the issue. Is that what the BBC's... Well, I say that with a couple of edits, it's almost there. It's almost there, right? But they ought to make it specific in the policy against sexual harassment that LARPing as a woman and dressing inappropriately is sexual harassment. That would be a good one. Or LARPing as a man is sexual harassment. Whatever. But how do we do that? It's still the same old question I've got about where's the HR letter. There's a bloke practicing his fetish or a woman practicing her fetish in the office, and you're making me work with them. We still haven't got the HR letter, have we? Nevertheless, go and have a look. It's ACAS, so it's important. I'll put the links in the doobers as usual. Let me know what you think. Do you think the wording's about right? Should respect be changed for tolerance? Right? And should we actually have no positive action of any kind? Which is where I think we should be. No lists. No, you're better than I am. The whole lot needs to go. But you tell me. That's from ACAS, the Conciliation Service. Links in the doobers. I'll see you later. Thank you very much for listening.